Sorry, you guys, all those that are jumping back on to the live. It was my phone. I had it up against my dash and it was getting hot, so it shut down. So for all those that were on the live, I hope you jump back on. I'll give it a few seconds to get everybody back. If you were on the live, please tap the screen and let's get some more people to join the live. If you would, please, those that are here. I see we got 4 people on right now. So let me just get everything adjusted and get it back right, so we can continue on with the live. Let me fix this and get this back in here. Thank you, Chef. Thank you so much. Our phone was getting hot. I had it pressed up against the vent, so that's what happened. But I'll give her, if you would tap the screen so we can get those people back in here. Because I want to just finish having this grown. So if y'all would tap the screen for a minute, just tap that screen for a minute. Give me like 5 seconds of just tapping the screen so we can track some more people into the live or back into the live. If you would, please just tap that screen for me. Because I think I lost all those that were sending gifts. I hope that it saved, and I appreciate all the gifters. But I do want to just talk freely, you know. Again, like I said, we got too many beefs on TikTok. You got people that have gotten a big head, or you've gotten so many followers, you're looking down on people that have only had 25 followers. But I've seen more people with less followers have better content than a lot of these people, because I think this at some point it goes to their head. You know, I don't know. And I'm not talking about anybody specific. I just see certain things and I just sit back and I just kind of watch it. One thing that I'm not going to do is beef with somebody on TikTok. I don't care if you got 25 followers or if you got 25 million followers, because we are all people trying to do something. And that's one, encourage, get our content out. Some of us are starting brands behind this, and we're trying to change people's lives. There are a lot of people that have been hurting on TikTok, and now we've got people that are trying to literally hurt other people just because you feel like you've got enough followers, or your followers are going to go at people because they speak on something or they say something that you don't agree. My thing is, and I say this again, everyone has a preference as to what they like. Everyone has a preference as to who they want to love, how they want to love, and all that stuff. My thing is, that is your preference. We've got too many things that are separating us. It's easy to fight with someone than it is to actually extend your hand to your brother and sister and help them up. I don't do things for likes. I'm not going to do something or do a video just because it's trending. Like I said, and I'm going to go back for those that may just be jumping on again, or new jumping onto live just now. I'm a straight man. I don't need to identify as super straight. I've never identified as super straight. I've just identified as me. I am Dorian. For you guys on here that don't know that, I'm Uncle D Speaks. But I don't need to bash you because you don't think the same way that I think. And I don't need to be bashed just because I want a woman that was born naturally a woman. I may want to have kids someday. And if you can't give me that as a result of you actually changing up who you were originally, then that is not my preference. You made a preference to do what you wanted to do, and that's fine. That's fine. I don't have any qualms with that. Love who you love. But understand this. We find more reasons to fight with each other than we do to try to come together. I'm not about that negative shit. I'm about positive fucking vibes. I'm about telling people just like it is and helping you to build yourself back up to a better you. What I hate is we got clicks. We got clicks on TikTok. You got these racist trolls. No, I'm in Augusta, Georgia. You got these racist trolls and people that create these fake ass accounts just to come on your lives or just to come up under your post to say some bullshit to you. I don't have enough time in my day to sit here and fight with people or try to be condescending or try to be a smart ass or try to tear someone down or to shame someone. People have got to understand that shows your maturity level. That shows me that you can sit back and have fucking Twitter fingers. But my thing is, what you got to understand is, before I got on this motivational shit, I was a totally fucking different person. That person is still there. I just keep them locked up in the closet. So I don't go back and forth with people about any issue. If you believe something, that's what you believe. Guess what? If I believe what I believe, then that's what I believe. Because if you want to get on some other stuff, then you never know who you are talking to or the mentality of some people. So that's why I don't go back and forth. Because at a certain point, we're going to get past the Twitter finger shit and doing shit for likes. And you're going to have somebody pull up on you and make you stand on everything that you're saying. So my thing is, if you're going to judge me, judge on me being motivational, trying to get people to a point and a place of loving themselves again. But you got a lot of people on here that kick some good content, but then you want to bash someone else, for one, because they don't believe what you believe, or two, because they don't have as many followers as you do. I didn't know it was a competition. I thought this was fun. I thought this was a way for us to express ourselves, to talk about our businesses, to talk about our brands, and motivate and move on. I get tired of every third video is somebody replying or beefing with somebody because you didn't agree with what that person said. Love who you love. Be who you are. Stand on what you stand on. And my thing is, I don't have a problem with anybody saying or having a discussion. And it could be it could be healthy to disagree with people, because you may actually see something that you didn't think that you would actually see just by speaking to that person. But we got so many people, because now I've got fans, I've got followers, and you can't do this and you can't say this. My thing is, I'm gonna tell you something, we're all grown. Everyone that follows me because they either, one, like my content. I think that's it, because we don't see each other every day, so you gotta follow people because you like their content. You're not on here because I'm just that popular in the fucking world that you're just going to follow me, because if that's the case, then actually I'd have been famous a long time ago. But that's not what I do it for. But I think a lot of people are on here because it is a quick way for you to actually get your message out. It is a quick way for you to start your business or start your brand. But now you're attacking other people, and then when they respond to you, you're feeling like, why are you even talking to me? If you throw a rock, expect a rock to be thrown at you. Like I said, I love to motivate, I love to encourage, and that's what I stand on. A lot of people don't, I'm not clicked up with anybody on TikTok. If people want to work with me, if people reach out to me, then that's fine. But my thing is, I'm not going to kiss ass just for likes. I didn't kiss TikTok's ass for likes. I left the Creative Fund. I left the Creative Fund because I believe that like a lot of people have dealt with, I've dealt with the fact of my content being suppressed. I've dealt with the fact of watching my counterparts using the same type of things that we do, but they get more likes and they're getting more comments and they're getting all. So my thing is, it's not fair. So if it's something that I don't like, I don't care. You're not going to throw me a couple pieces of pennies, not full pennies. You're not going to throw me a couple pieces of pennies and think I'm just going to be okay with that. I know who I am. I know my worth. My thing is TikTok. I use it because I can reach a broad spectrum of people in a short amount of time. But I have other social media things that I've got going on. I've got a whole brand that's taking off right now. And my thing is, yes, I'm thankful to that. But the fact that we've got so much, we can sit here and people are not being banned or blocked from community guidelines when they're plainly degrading people. You're bullying people. you're using racial slurs, or you just coming straight out and just saying the racial shit that you want to say, and they're not being blocked or banned. The only reason they're being blocked or banned is because enough people have reported their page. But I'm looking at the people that are bringing all this negativity to TikTok, and they have 100K, 200K views. They've got 1 million, 2 million followers. How, Sway? You got to make it make sense to me. So my thing is, what I've learned is, I'm not going to be concerned about that. You stay in your lane, I'm going to stay in my lane. But if you come over here looking for me, and I didn't send for you, you might bring the smoke, but I got the fire. And that's what people got to understand. Leave people alone. Let people do their thing. Either you're going to support them or you're not going to support them, because it's too much BS going back and forth on TikTok right now. It's too much BS going on with too many people beefing and fighting over things that you should not be beefing and fighting about. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a way for us to express and get our content out. It's a way for us to actually reach people. My thing is, you got to understand, we're still in the pandemic, but COVID boosted TikTok crazy. Like, people sat back, you stuck in the house, I'm going to make some TikTok videos. Oh, okay, people like what I'm doing, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Now you become a household name. Now you become a brand. I didn't get into TikTok to start a brand. I just was like, well, shoot, I'm funny a little bit. I can talk about real life issues. That's what I got into it for. And that's what I'm still doing it for. It wasn't me that came up with the idea of Uncle D Speaks. TikTok gave me that name as a result of the content that I put out. People started calling me Uncle D. So I took it, and I took Uncle D and I actually branded it. I made it a brand. And then certain things that I say, I put on t-shirts. It is a brand now. My thing is, I didn't think a year ago, not even a year ago when I got on TikTok, that it would be this way. But I got on it because it's fun and it's an opportunity to reach out with other people and open doors. I believe iron sharpens iron. If you've got something that I can benefit from, then why would I not help you? If I can help you to do anything, whether it be advertisement, if you got products or anything like that, why would I not help you to get your brand out? Why people get so selfish? There are a lot of selfish people on TikTok, and all they're thinking about is likes. All they're thinking about is, what can I do and say that's going to draw people to my page? I'm not in the business to do that. I'm not following trends. I don't dance. I'm not going to do none of that. I'm not going to talk about sports, politics, and racism. These are all things that we all experience in our life, and we have them going on in the world. TikTok should have been a place for us to actually not have to deal with the bullshit that goes on in life. But now everything that's going on in the world has come to TikTok, and it seems like it's popular. I may not believe what you believe, but guess what? I'm going to hop on it. I'm going to hop on the trend, and I'm going to try to get me some likes or some views. I just can't sell my soul like that. I can't sell my soul like that. I left the Creative Fund. My choice. I left the Creative Fund because it's not fair across the board. It's not fair across the board. We all know the issues that we're facing in life. This was a means for people to actually escape life a little bit for 60 fucking seconds and just enjoy yourself. It has gotten to be creators beefing with other fucking creators. When does this shit stop? Are we gonna start having people roll up on people? Now we got gunplay involved. You got people getting beat up because you beefing with someone on TikTok? Come on, man. This is supposed to be a safe place. But now we got super straight beefing with transphobic people. My thing is, it's just getting to be ridiculous. Respect people's preference. Respect people's whatever it is. Whatever someone likes does not mean that you're going to like it. What you eat does not make me shit, and vice versa. That is your preference. I'm going to stay in my lane because I'm focused on myself. If we can work together, fine. If we can't work together, then so be it. It is what it is. But we find too many things to separate us rather than bring us together. I wanted to get that out because that's just been something that has been on my mind. I don't know if anybody else has experienced their content being suppressed. I don't know if anybody else has watched these videos of this super straight movement going back and forth with the trans community. It's ridiculous. We are fucking grown. Why are we taking a platform that is obviously creating people, creating stars, creating prominent figures, and now we're using it to beef with people? I just ain't got time. I don't argue with people back and forth when those trolls come up under my posts. I just delete and block your ass. I'm not finna go back and forth and waste my energy on your ass. It is what it is. I do what I do in my life because that's what I want to do. You do in your life what you want to do. When everybody gets to that mindset that you're going to not worry about what someone else is doing. And here's the thing. The funny thing about it, the people that have the most comment about the bullshit that goes on in your life are people that don't have their shit together at all. At all. How is it that you're going to tell me what steak tastes like when you've never eaten steak? How is it that you're going to tell me what a healthy relationship is when you've never been in one your own self? But you got the most opinionated comments when it's pertaining to someone else. I'm going to tell you something. Like I said in the post earlier, sweep around your own doorstep before you go sweeping around somebody else's. Stop allowing people to just say whatever they want to say to you. You can't say something to me and then expect me as a grown man not to respond back. So, but then when I respond back, now you want to play the victim. Stop playing the victim shit. That shit is way overrated. If you don't like something that I say, all you have to do is swipe on, keep it moving. You don't have to come back to my page anymore. But when you come back and you respond to something that I said and I respond to you, don't play the victim. Stand on it. Be what you said, because I'm going to come back at you twice as hard. That's what people have got to understand in life. A lot of people will save themselves a lot of beat downs, a lot of cussing outs. A lot of people will still be living if they just learn to mind their own business. A lot of people will be okay if you learn to mind your own business. But you're so busy trying to be in somebody else's business because your life is tore up, broke down, and busted. How, Sway? How? We got too many things that we're trying to divide each other. My thing is, let's come together. When I get so many inboxes about kings and queens, or you're only talking to the black people. I'm talking to everyone. Every man is a king and every woman is a queen. White, black, Puerto Rican, I don't care what your color is. You could be purple. But kings and queen applies to everyone. People will find a way to throw some type of negative shit on top of you when all you're trying to do is give out positivity. So when I see people that come from me, like I said, if you coming with the smoke, I got the fire. Oh, it don't get at me. I'm just speaking my truth. It doesn't get at me. I don't care one way or another. Whether you like me, talk to me, whether you like my videos or don't. It is what it is. It's only going to apply to the people that it actually applies to. People are going to follow me that actually like my content. I don't get caught up in numbers. Yes, I've made it over 100K. People think that, oh, you made it. No, I haven't made it. What's going to help me to make it is me. Me getting out and doing the work for my brand. That's what's not TikTok. TikTok is a means to draw people into one place, to your particular page or your content. But it's me that has to do the legwork. It's me that's got to do all of everything. So when it comes down to it, I don't beef with anybody. I'm not beefing with nobody on TikTok, because my thing is, I'm gonna look at it like we too short people. We too short for a long conversation. So either we gonna talk like men, you can come see me, or I can come see you, but I'm not gonna have Twitter fingers. I hate that. People are so bold behind their keyboards, but it's stuff that you would never say to a person face to face. And that's all it's turning into. A back and forth. A back and forth for nothing. Wasted energy, wasted time. I could be cooking popcorn rather than going back and forth and seeing some of the stuff that I see on TikTok right now. But I like to challenge people to do better. I like to challenge people to love themselves again. I like to challenge people to get back to a place to where you know your worth and your value. Because my thing is, I teach this all the time. You can't expect someone to love you if you first don't love yourself. How is it that you're going to open the door for love when you don't even love yourself? Stop looking for someone to give you something that you got to first give to yourself. Facts. Facts. So when it comes down to relationship advice, yes, I have a lot of people that hit me up and I do one-offs. I don't put all my numbers on here because sometimes people will sit there and have you stuck in their situation for just as long as they've been in it. My thing is, I'm going to try to give you something that you're going to be able to use to help yourself to get to a better you. Because so many people are hurting. So many people are going through the same things, the same issues. So many people are allowing people or open themselves up to be vulnerable to people that they should not have been vulnerable to in the first place. But because people want what they want, sometimes you get caught up in this cycle of depression, this cycle of hurt, this cycle of being dependent on people. Like I said in the video yesterday, stop giving temporary people eternal things in your life. Stop giving people that are only supposed to be in your life temporarily. Stop giving them eternal things. Because sometimes what you've got to understand is a person may love not you, but what you do for them. A person will love what you do for them. You will think that this person is in love with you, but they're only in love for what you do for them. But while in your mind, you're thinking they love you, so you're giving them all of your mind, your heart, your body, and your soul. Because you think this person loves you the way that you love them. There is a difference between being in love and a person loving what you do for them. In another post I posted today, I said I'd rather have loyalty over love. Because I can love someone. Let me show you something. I can love someone and not be loyal to them. I can love you because I've been dealing with you for 4 or 5 years, but still not be loyal to you. And some people say, what do you mean when you say that? I'm going to show you, because you could be dealing with someone, and some people have already been in this situation. You've been dealing with someone for 5 and 10 years, but you find out that they've been cheating on you for 9 of the 10 years that you've been dealing with them. They loved you. You had a special place in their heart, but you didn't have their entire heart. There is a difference between you having a piece of someone's heart and you actually having their heart. That's how you can love someone and not be loyal to them. You can love someone and still go in and steal out their fucking house. You can love someone and talk to them in a crazy way. Difference between someone being in love with you and someone loving you for what you do. Because a lot of y'all are equating good sex. A lot of y'all are equating the fact that they come around every other day, or the fact that they've never disrespected you, like this person is going to be your eternal person. Understand that everybody that you deal with is not going to be in your life forever. Because everybody has had a boyfriend, girlfriend, a couple of them, some at the same time. So you've got to be very careful about what you give to people. You've got to be very careful about giving temporary people eternal experiences in your life. You've got to be very careful about giving temporary people eternal experiences from you. Because what you're doing is you're pouring out into this person. Hello from North Carolina. You're pouring yourself out into this person. And what happens is you've given this person all of you. They've got you and the remote control to your life. And now here it is, this person can do whatever they want to do because they know that they got you. My thing is this: when you give out all of you to someone and they're not giving you the same thing in return, or they're not replenishing what you're putting out, then what's going to happen is you're going to be around here walking like a zombie. There is nothing inside of you. And you got people that are in relationships right now walking around, and you have not felt loved ever. You have not felt trust ever. You have not felt respect ever, but because you've given out all of yourself to this person, and they just use you until they're done with you. And then when they leave you, because you've given yourself to that person, you have nothing inside of you to actually help you to grow through the shit that you just came out of. That's why a lot of people that go through these bad relationships that they can't get over, when that person leaves you, you feel like your world is getting ready to end. You have suicidal thoughts. You don't know, you don't want to work. You don't want to dress yourself up. You don't want to fix yourself up anymore. You act like it's the end of the fucking world because this person has left you, and now you're broken and you don't know what to do with yourself. It's because you've given everything to someone that was not able, or did not appreciate, or was not able to handle the fact that you opened yourself up to be vulnerable to them. They were not able to nurture that. So now you're lost. What am I going to do? I don't want to talk to men no more. I don't want to live no more. I don't want to do this stuff anymore because you let one person that you should not have opened yourself up to be vulnerable to, and could not appreciate what it is that you were giving them. You gave them all of you. You gave them all of you to where you had nothing left. You didn't replenish yourself. So that's why it's important to love you first. That's why it's important to love you more. There's nothing wrong with loving yourself more than anybody else. Because at the end of the day, you've got to stand with yourself. When everybody walks away and leaves you, and when people don't want to be bothered with you anymore, and you got these leeches, parasites, and pirates that are coming in only to steal your joy, your happiness, your finances, your body, when they've done that and you've got nothing left, now you've been depleted. And you wonder why you can't get your life back right. It's because you gave your life to someone else that was not able to appreciate what it is that you were actually putting out. These things are not hard. These things are not hard. We've got to get to a place to where you love yourself more than anybody else. I can't love you, and I can't allow you to love me if I don't know how to love me. When I love me, I won't allow people to come into my life. When I love me, I won't allow you to cheat on me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. I won't allow you to have babies on me. I won't allow you to just run through me or deal with me 2 and 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning when you done did everything else that you wanted to do, but I'm sitting back like a little lost puppy. When I love me, I won't allow you to speak to me any kind of way. I won't allow you to be physically, mentally, and emotionally abusive to me. When you love yourself, that's it. You're not going to allow someone to treat you less than you know you should be treated. You've got to know your worth. You've got to know your value. You've got to know that just because I went through a bad relationship, just because I went through 2 bad relationships, does not mean that my third one or the next one is going to treat me the same way. What you got to understand is pay attention to red flags. We see what we want to see, and we ignore what we want to ignore. So when it comes down to you seeing red flags and you ignore those red flags and you don't get away from that shit because you want what you want, then understand you might as well strap up and buckle up, because this is going to be a long, bumpy ride for you. It's going to be a long, bumpy ride for you. I just can't understand for the life of me when I see people that are being abused, and you're sitting back and you know that it's wrong, and you haven't felt love. My thing is, I'm gonna tell you something. This is me. I'm not gonna sit up with someone or be in a relationship that I checked out of a long time ago. But a lot of people stay in relationships that they've checked out of a long time ago because you're either one, trying to save face, or two, some part of you still is holding on to a remnant or a faded spot in that relationship that is no longer present, if you are not connected with me, and if I've disconnected myself from you a long time ago, I don't need to go out here and get a side piece. Because the side piece is only going to be a temporary fix for something that I got to deal with permanently in my life. If I got to have a side chick, I'm going to leave you alone. Because I'm not going to come home and be miserable. Walk around and be miserable. If I got to be miserable, I can do bad all by myself. I'm not going to come somewhere where we're not building each other up, where we're not speaking words of affirmation to each other, where we're not trying to actually build something within each other. We're healing each other. If we're not healing each other, then there is no point in me being with you. If all I got to do is feel like I don't want to go home, or if I don't want to be bothered with you today, I don't need to be with you. I need to go out here. I'd rather be single and be the biggest hoe running up and down the streets. Guess what? I'm only accountable to myself at that point. I'm not going to sit at home where I don't want to touch you. You sleep in another room. We ain't talking. I'm not cooking for you. You ain't cooking for me. We ain't having date nights. We're not doing anything. We're not being affectionate to each other. We're not doing anything. Why would I come home every single day for 5 and 10 and 20 years for that stuff just to go out? I got to sneak out now to go get a side piece. And now I got to worry about if I'm going to get caught by you. That's just too much. That's just too much to be dealing with. But people do it on a daily basis. You don't like the person that you're with, but you'll go out and find somebody else that you really don't have an emotional attachment with at all. And then you done disconnected yourself from the person at the house. You don't have an emotional attachment with them. But see, the thing of it is, I'd rather deal with someone that I don't have an emotional attachment with. It can be all physical. But I'm happy than to be with someone that we don't have no emotional, no type of attachment to each other, and I got to come home and be miserable again. No, I can just be by myself. That way I can do what I want to do. Why go home every day to headaches and disappointment? Why go home every day and you watching everybody around you have these fruitful fucking relationships, but you are sitting back wondering, why don't you just leave? Y'all both thinking it in your head. Why don't you just leave? Why don't you just go somewhere else? See, my thing is, be grown about things. Because while people are sitting back thinking that, oh, I got a side piece, but I'm going to stay with this person. For what? It's too many diseases out here. It's too much stuff out here to be catching, to be going bouncing and back and forth. Because 9 times out of 10, if you done stepped out on that person, you got a side piece, your side piece may have a side piece. You may have another side piece on the other side of town. That's just too much bodily fluids exchanging. And if we're going to keep it real, people don't use condoms all the time. Sounds good and looks good. That's just too much. Yeah. Y'all setting the border edge, what they call the health department numbers, a new high. Walking around here with gonosyphilitis. For what? All because you've disconnected yourself from a relationship that you choose to stay in every day. If you've disconnected yourself, then just leave. Then just get out of that situation and go on and do what you want to do. But it's too many games. We got too many people playing games. You're dealing with people, and understand, when you are dealing with someone that you've disconnected with, then you got a side piece out here and you got to hide in bushes. You got to lie about where you're going. You got to get your girlfriends or your homeboys in on the lie so you can move around like you want to. I'm going to tell you something. When they find out, you causing people to get their head bust open, split open down to the white meat. I'm talking about meat hanging over like it's been ran through the deli slicer. And it's just too much. It's too much. If people always say I'm grown. Well, be grown enough to tell me that you don't want to be bothered with me no more. Be grown enough to tell me that you got somebody else on the other side of town. Tell me the truth. Don't tell me you want to give me some made up excuse. No, tell me the truth. Because if you tell me that you got somebody else, guess what? I'm going to cut the lights off. It's going to be like when Martin, the last episode of Fresh Prince, and they cut the lights off and walked away in the empty room. Yeah, tell me you got somebody else. Help me to get over you even quicker. Don't string people along because you want to go tip out and go do what you want to do on the other side. Then you want to come back when that shit is not what you thought it was. You leave me, Ain't no coming back. This is not a revolving door. And that's what you got to understand. Stop changing your doors with the locks on it, with the deadbolts, and putting revolving doors up, because you're allowing people to go out there and do what they want to do and then come back and be with you like it's okay. My thing is, know your worth and your value. When you tell someone, or you allow someone to cheat on you over and over and over again, if you allow someone to degrade you and disrespect you over and over again, you're teaching that person how it is that you want to be treated. I don't care what your mouth says. If you allow someone to do stuff to you that you know is not right and you know that you don't deserve, you are showing that person how it is that you want to be treated. I know my worth. I don't need to run around here and tell you that I'm an alpha male. I'm an alpha male 100% to the bone. But I don't need to actually run around here and tell people that. My lifestyle and the way I carry myself is going to speak for itself. Certain things I'm just not going to deal with. And understand, I'm not a stupid person. I use both sides of my brain. So just because you shot me a story and I didn't respond to it right then does not mean that I don't know that you full of shit. But y'all allowing people to do stuff right to you in front of your face, and you still taking this person back over and over again. My thing is, if I allow you to come into my life and I allow you to treat me the less that I'm supposed to be treated over and over and over again, how is it that I'm going to expect you to respect me? If I don't set a standard for myself, if I don't say a bar for myself, then all you're going to do is run all over me. And a lot of people are in situations and relationships where you're allowing people to run all over you. Because one, you don't know how to first love yourself. Two, you just sitting back hoping that this person is going to get their shit together because you've got an emotional and physical attachment to this person. I'm going to tell you something. Everything dies in time. So if you feel like that you just can't get away from this person, spend less time with them. The less time you spend with them, guess what? It's going to start fading out. It's going to start fading out. Thank you so much. This is my message. To get people to open their mind up, to see that you are worthy for someone to love you unconditionally, for someone to treat you like the kings and the queens that you are, for someone to be your best friend. Because there is a such thing as unconditional love, and there's a such thing as conditional love. People got to understand there are two. Some people got them confused. Conditional love is someone that is with you. Everything is good long as you don't agitate that person. As long as you're doing what that person wants you to do, they're going to be there with you. They're going to love you. But it's going to come with a condition. Soon as you try to hold a person accountable, soon as you try to actually have a conversation with someone, you're going to see what type of person that you're dealing with. Some of y'all are thinking you're in unconditional relationships. No, you're just in conditional ones. And their love is not really based upon loving you. It's based upon the peace or the leaving them aloneness that you give them. How you doing, Big Dog 310? So what you've got to understand is this. Love yourself. Know exactly who you are, kings and queens. Know your worth, kings and queens. Know your value. Don't allow someone to put you on the clearance rack. Don't allow someone to treat you like you're a thrift store item. Don't allow someone to treat you like you got a reduced tag on you or it's 50% off. Don't allow someone to treat you less than what you deserve to be treated. Thank you so much, Mama Aesthetic. Thank you so much. So my thing is, look, people, we're gonna go through things. I've gone through a bad marriage. And I don't talk about my personal business, but I've gone through it. I've gone through thinking about committing suicide behind a woman that I loved but didn't love me the same way. So I know, I get it, I understand. But I would never make an excuse as to why I want to get back with her. Never. I don't want you back. It is what it is. I don't need to speak to you. I don't need to talk to you. This ain't soccer. We're not kicking it. I don't need to do anything that's going to cause me to fall and allow someone to pull more out of me than I'm putting into myself. I've gone through it. I've gone through that. The mother of my sons. But when I found out exactly who she was, that was all I needed. That was all the motivation that I needed. It hurt. It hurt bad. Because my thing is, you're talking to someone that thought about committing suicide behind a bad marriage. Not that I had did anything, but the fact that I put myself more into that person than I put into myself. And when that person decided to go out and do what they did, I didn't know where to turn. But I found strength when I started loving myself. I found power when I started loving myself again. And that's all you got to do, is start loving yourself and understand that everyone's not going to be with you eternally. Everyone's not going to be with you for a lifetime. You're going to have some people that just stop through. They're going to try to get what they can get from you. You're going to have some people that come in, they may like you strongly. Don't mean that they're in love with you. They might like you strongly. You're going to have some people that are going to come in, and the only reason they deal with you is because your playground is the sweet spot. It might be like gold diamond chips and Krispy Kreme donuts when the hot sign is on. And that may be the only reason that they're dealing with you, because you make them feel good in the inside parts. But you got to know, when you find your one true king or queen, they're going to speak a language that only you and that person will understand. They're going to speak your love language. And once they speak your love language, I don't care who says what, everything that you hear at that point is only going to be from your king or your queen. Because you're going to have people that are going to come for a season. You're going to have people that's going to come for a reason. And then you're going to have your lifetime people. But the problem is, we're trying to take season and reason people and trying to make them lifetime people. You're trying to take people that were only meant to be in your life for a particular thing or a particular season or a particular reason, and you're trying to make them lifetime people. When you don't know who you are, it's easy for someone to come in and talk to you and say all of the things that you want to hear that you didn't get in your last relationship, and that's how a lot of people are. As long as you don't do me like the last one did me, then I'm good with you. No. I want you to give me everything. Because I'm going to give you everything. I don't want you to treat me better than the last person. I need you to treat me the way I need to be treated, so I can give you all of me and you give me all of you. People have got to understand. Stop giving temporary people lifetime or eternal experiences, because they're going to suck everything from you and then move on to the next one. They're going to suck everything from you and they're going to move on to the next one. It is what it is. It's life. It's going to happen. It is a game. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Some people play the game better than others. It is what it is. It's life. You're going to go through heartache, disappointment, trials, tribulations. You're going to go through all of those things. But what you got to understand is, once you know you'll be able to decipher between the bullshit. You'll be able to maneuver around the bullshit. Nope. You see the red flags. You see that this person is not going in the direction that I'm going. Guess what? We ain't got no conversation. We can be friends. I see if I speak if I see it. But I don't need to let you into my inner space. Stop opening yourself up to be vulnerable to people that are not able to nurture what it is that you're giving them. Stop opening yourself up to people Stop opening yourself up to be vulnerable to people that do not appreciate what it is that you're trying to give them. Understand this. Age does not mean maturity. Just because a joker's 21 does not mean he's going to treat you like a man. And just because you're 21 does not make you a man or a woman. I judge people by their actions, not what they say. Love, respect, loyalty, all of those things are action words. Those are things that you've got to show me, not just tell me. Those are things that you've got to show me. A lot of y'all are getting caught up in the words that a person is telling you, and their actions is something different. Their actions is something different. I ain't going off of what you say. I'm going off of what you show me. You can't come to me and tell me, I'm going to be with you forever. I'm going to love you. I ain't going to never do this. Them be the main ones that actually do the same shit that you don't want done. And that's facts. I'm going to judge you by your actions. If you are my one, my king, my queen, and you find your king or queen, then what you got to understand is this. Y'all are going to build something together. Y'all are busy trying to build empires instead of arguing. But what you've got to understand, a lot of people have been hurt by people that they chose to deal with past the expiration date. And what happens is, a lot of times, I've seen it happen. A lot of people that have been hurt and disappointed at their own hands sometimes. And when I say their own hands, is because you chose to stay with someone that you knew was not good enough and was not anything conducive to a positive, healthy relationship for you. So now here it is, you've been hurt. And after you got past the hurt, now that anger sets in and you become bitter and you want to take everything else out on everyone else. Don't let your ex mess it up for your next. You've got to understand, if you are going to deal with somebody, then you ought to be able to love that person. You ought to be able to nurture that person. Y'all should be able to heal each other from the wounds that it is that you're going through. Because a lot of people are looking at, I've been hurt. I'm looking for someone that's already put together to help me to get to where I got to be. And that's the problem. You're worrying, or you're looking for people that are actually you're looking for someone to fix you instead of you actually fixing yourself. You got all the tools that you need to fix yourself or to heal yourself from all of the things that you've gone through. My thing is, what you got to understand, instead of looking for someone that's perfect, because nobody's perfect. Everybody's been through something. A relationship is two imperfect people getting together to build something that is perfect for them. A relationship is two imperfect people getting together to build something that is going to be perfect for them. Nobody's going to come to the table perfect. But what you got to understand is, somebody that you meet may have more problems than you have. They may have more disappointments. They may be apprehensive. But that is your one person. You've got to actually lick each other's wounds. You've got to fix each other, mend each other, love on each other to get to a place to now nobody will be able to break that bond that you've built with that person, because you're building something together. A relationship is two imperfect people that are coming together to build something perfect for them. Get out of you all the time. Get out of what you went through all the time. Because 9 times out of 10 and 99.9% of the time, the shit that you went through, you knew it was fucked up and you stayed in it, and then you've gotten bitter. My thing is, get better, not bitter. Stop allowing people to change up your chemical makeup, your characteristics, your happiness, your joy. You're giving people too much credit over your life. I have to wake up every morning and use my legs to move myself around. I've got to use my hands to do anything that I want to do with my hands. I'm not looking for someone else to actually do it for me. You've got to understand, once you overcome people and the bullshit that they brought to you, and as long as you live, they're going to continue to bring you bullshit. And I'm not going to say everybody, but you're going to go through some stuff. You think that you're going to walk around in life and everything's going to be hunky-dory. You're not going to go through anything. You're not going to be hurt. You're not going to be cheated on. You're not going to be abused. You think that? If you think that, then you need to go find another world. because everybody's going through something. And what you got to understand is people have this cognitive dissonance about themselves. A lot of people do. And they live in these imaginary worlds. And in this cognitive dissonance, you start trying to downplay or make it seem like what you're actually going through, or you begin to start defending the person that's actually abusing you. A lot of, and that's fucked up. You've gone through that much bullshit for so long that you now start defending the person that's actually dragging you down. And that's called cognitive dissonance. And a lot of people walk around with that mindset. You can't get upset, or you can't defend the person with the knife just because you love them. Wrong is wrong across the board. If you are dealing with someone that does not respect, love, honor, and empowers you, and is speaking affirmations over your life, then what are you doing with that person? Why are you wasting your time? Now here, 5 and 10 years. Yeah, I spent 5 or 10 years in this relationship. I've spent 20 years in this. You wasted 10 to 20 years of your life when you could have actually found someone that wanted to be with you, but you done pushed off everybody else because you wanted what you wanted. You wanted what you wanted, and it did not want you. So as a result of it did not wanting you, and now here it is, you done begged and pleaded, and this person don't want to come back to you now. Now you've gotten bitter. Now you've gotten bitter because you just don't have anything else to put inside of you except anger. And then when you find a man or a woman that's actually trying to be everything for you, you make them jump through fiery hoops and hurdles just to prove a point to you. I'm going to tell you something. Y'all have got to understand, men and women, kings and queens alike, I'm not chasing nobody. If you like me and I like you, then we're going to meet each other in the middle. I ain't got time to be chasing folks. We too grown for that. Y'all got to understand, some of us are over the age of 40. Our knees are not the same no more. I can't expect for you to run behind me and kiss my behind because 37 people behind me, 37 bad relationships that I chose to stay in longer past the expiration date have hurt me and made me bitter. I can't make you suffer for that. Even in the court of law, you are innocent until proven guilty. You are innocent until proven guilty. Why do you want to make people jump through hoops, and you want to sit there and try them on every level? And then people get tired and walk away, and then you be like, hey, you ain't really like me anyway. No, I don't like the fact that I got to be like I'm in Barnum Bailey's circus, jumping through hoops just to please you. We're too old to be chasing. If we're going to court, we're going to court each other. Understand, that works both ways. This 2021 mentality, it's all jacked up. You got women, well, I don't want a man unless he's making 7 figures. When you work at KFC, making minimum wage, ask them, do you want fries with that? There is nothing wrong with wanting someone that's actually moving or doing something in a positive direction. But when you are not able to do for that person the same way that you want that person to do for you, that shit is unbalanced. Because understand this, and I'm going to say this, and this is some real shit. Because a lot of times women, y'all think that playground, that pocketbook, or whatever you want to call it, that's going to keep a man. That's not going to keep a man. That's why you got jokers hitting you and hitting that Susie Sue across the damn street, and Becky down the road, and Tamar around the corner. Your pocketbook, everyone's got one. Just like everyone has the male's genitalia. Don't think that that's going to keep a person. Because my thing is, if we're not trying to build something together, don't expect me to do something for you and you can't do it for yourself. Now, I'm a man. I believe a man should take upon certain things. But if you want a man to come home, go to work 12 hours, cook and clean and do all this stuff because you a 2021 mentality woman, understand that is from a time that a lot of people would not be able to make it in. Back when our grandmother and our grandfather was coming up, and the woman stayed at home and the man went to work, understand that man didn't come home to a dirty house. There was always a meal prepared. Whether he got up to go to work, it was breakfast. Whether she fixed his lunch, and dinner was done when he got there. They weren't popping stuff in the microwave saying, here you go, and putting it on a plate. If you want that man to go out and work and you want to stay home, understand this. He's going to go to work and you handle everything in that house. He shouldn't come home and the stove is still looking like it's brand new. You got to rip the stickers off of it. You didn't fix that man nothing to eat. If you want him to go out and support you and give you a certain lifestyle, then guess what? You've got to do your part. Because some people wouldn't make it in our grandmother and our grandfather's time. Y'all too tired. Or I don't need to do this. I don't need to fix your plate. I don't need to cook for you every day. Okay. What if that man said the same thing? The same man that you want to go out and he got to make 7 figures, so he got to stay gone and come home and or order DoorDash to eat. You ain't done nothing all day but spend money, but you want this man to go out and bust his behind to come home to an uncooked meal, and then he probably got to help kids with the homework and cook a meal and clean up. I don't understand this whole new age way of thinking. If you want a man to treat you like a queen, then understand the queen still got to play her position. The queen still plays her part. If you want a man that's going to give you everything and buy you the Mercedes or the Lexus and all that, understand. Then you've got to play your part. That man shouldn't want for anything when it comes down to food, whether his clothes is washed and ironed, whatever he wants, you should give it to him. If he's giving you everything you want, then you should give him everything that he needs. If he's going to give you everything that you want, then you need to give that man everything that he needs. You're right, got to tighten up. You got to tighten up. This is a partnership. We are going to work together to build something together. And if I got to carry all the weight and all you want to do is sit back and reap the benefits and you haven't put your hand to the plow, then guess what? I don't need you here, because if you're not going to be willing to help me and we help each other and I have to do it all by myself, then I don't need to be with you. Y'all know the saying, I can do bad all by myself. You're right. You can't build if both parties aren't willing to carry the bricks. It is not a 50-50 thing. That's what a lot of people think. They think that in a relationship is 50-50. No, it's 100-100. You give 100%, I'm going to give 100%. Because if I'm giving you 50%, guess what? I got 50% to give to somebody else. That's why some of y'all are in 50-50 relationships, because you only going to give a certain amount, and you made it very clear. So that person said, you know what? I'm only going to give you 50%, but I'm going to give another 50% to the one down the street. I need 100%. If you ain't giving me 100% as I'm giving you 100%, then I don't need your 50. Keep it and give it to somebody else that has low expectations. Give it to somebody else that does not know their worth. Give it to somebody else that has low expectations of themselves, that does not know their worth nor their value. Because if you're going to deal with me, you're going to give me 100%. You're right. You don't know which 50% that you're getting. Because guess what? I can give you 50%, and all I do is come see you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I get the other 50%. I'm paying bills over there. She cooking and cleaning. We building shit together over there. So guess what? When I sit there and I weigh the scales out and I realize that my 50% that I'm giving you, I could be putting over here and save myself a lot of time, heartache, and pain, I'm going to take the 50% from you, and I'm going to go on over there and give her the whole 100%. We are not elementary kids. And just because a man gets your nails done, he's not obligated to do that. Understand this. Would you rather a man go out and buy you a $35,000 Birkin bag, or that man say, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you $35,000 to go ahead and start you a business? Stop being label whores. I'd rather drop $35,000 on you for you to go do something. Go to school. I need a man to buy me a Birkin bag, and I need you to buy me some bundles, and I need you to keep my nails done. I'm gonna tell you something. That is all superficial stuff that you can lose at any point in time. Because guess what? If you got a man that's only giving you all of the materialistic stuff, getting your hair done, and you ain't got nothing, guess what? When he pulls away, all you left with is that $35,000 Birkin bag that ain't nobody gonna believe is real anyway in the first place. Now here it is, he ain't buying you bundles, and you got to go down and find somebody down at the flea market, Shanae, that's selling bundles for like $25. And now here it is, you still trying to keep up appearances. My thing is, be who you are. If I'm gonna build you up, I'm gonna build you up from the ground up. I want you to be able to stand. If I fall, you're able to carry on and hold on and do everything until I'm able to get back on my feet. My thing is, stop looking for someone to do materialistic shit for you and look for someone that's going to invest life and their love and their time into you. Someone that's going to be loyal to you. Someone that's going to love you past the point of you loving yourself. That's what you want, because all that stuff you can lose, somebody can steal. But if I give you something, if I teach you how it is that you can run your own business, if I teach you how it is that you can actually learn to acquire some stuff, to monetize anything in your life, if I give you that, then you're going to eat forever. If I'm only feeding you when I want to feed you, you're going to starve when I stop wanting to be bothered with you. Understand that. Stop looking for the materialistic stuff. Stop looking for people to give you, oh, you know what, you got to buy me a Fendi bag. I'm going to tell you something. I'd rather have 5 to 10 properties, 5 to 10 businesses, and wear nice clothes than to sit around here and be spending all my money in stuff that can be stolen, that's not going to, I can't turn around and sell it. It's not going to increase in value. I need to invest my money in something that's going to give me a return on my investment. So if I invest in you, I want to invest something in you that you're going to actually be able to see a return on what it is that I'm giving you. But we caught up in, oh, you got to give me this, you got to give me that. Man, come on, man. We got to be grown. Like you do that in high school. You do that in high school. I did that shit in high school. I ain't always been on this side of the fence. I've did some stuff that I'm not proud of, and it is what it is. And all of that money that I made and all the clothes and shoes that I had, a lot of stuff got stolen, a lot of stuff I threw away, and I don't even know where half the stuff is at now. But if I would have invested that money into something that was going to give me a return on my investment, then I probably wouldn't be sitting back where, I mean, I'm not bad off now. Don't think I'm bad off, but I probably would have been further than where I am now. So find someone that you can invest into. Stop just looking for someone to give you stuff and look for someone to invest in you. Because if I'm going to invest something in you, I'm going to take time and I'm going to nurture and I'm going to protect my investment. A lot of y'all just got people that are giving y'all shit and they invest nothing into you. That's why it's easy for you for them to 1 minute be in your life and the next minute they ghosted you. Some of y'all think that your playground, your pocketbook, is going to get you everything that you want. I'm going to tell you something. That's not going to keep a man. Understand, a queen does not need to advertise that she's a queen. A queen does not need to throw around her pocketbook or none of that stuff, or what she can do and all the tricks and sliding up and down the pole and popping and twerking and all that stuff. A queen does not do that. A queen is not going to devalue herself, because understand, she knows that at some point her king is going to come along. And she understands what she's putting out and what she has. It's priceless. It's priceless. It's priceless. How do I feel about a dude asking a girl for money? Okay. So now listen to the words. I'm going to go off the words that you use. A dude asking a girl for money. Not a king asking his queen, but I'm going to show you something. A dude asking a girl for money means that, shit, he could probably get money from everywhere. Anyway, you might not be the only female that he's dealing with. But a king, everyone falls. Everyone has ups and downs. But a king and a queen, doesn't matter. He may say, baby, you know what? I need 10,000. I'll give it back to you. Right now, I just don't have it. Because we're together and we built something together, and I've invested in you and you've invested in me, and we have that type of relationship, now I'm sharing my eternal experience with my eternal person, I don't have a problem with it. But guys just out here just trying to get in women's pockets, or women trying to get in men's pockets, that's, I do have a problem with. But if you are with your king or your queen, there is nothing wrong. Your money's gonna change y'all hands so many times in the course of y'all relationship that y'all gonna even stop thinking about it. Does that answer your question? Little boys gonna ask for money and just ask for money just to be trying to get it from you. They ain't put nothing back. But your king, for him to ask you for something, he obviously needs it, and it's going to benefit the both of you. So you're going to get an actual probably 2, 3, 4, fourfold return on your investment. You're investing in your other half. You're investing in the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. But a dude, yeah. See, it's a difference between a little boy and a man. There's a difference. There's a difference between little boys, court jesters, and kings. Once you've got a king, trust me, you're not worrying about money, whether he gives it to you or you give it to him, because everything is going to benefit you guys anyway. I hope that answers your question. It does. It does take a lot for a king to ask it. And as a man, we hate to ask, but if you have that type of, that's why it's important when I say have someone that invests in you, because you may make more money. And understand this, I want to say this to the ladies. You may make more money than your man at the time. Does not mean that he's less of a man. What you got to understand is you just may have balled a little harder. And now you may be the influence to him actually balling harder than you and making it to where your life is going to be easier. So don't think just because a man makes less money than you that he's not a man. If he gets up and goes to work every day and he's busting his behind, respect him the same way as him making 7 figures. Someone said they had a question. I think it was, let me go back to the comments. Someone said they had a question. I have a question for you. Okay, Miss Alvarez 3, what's your question? Yes, I can answer the question. And that's how it's supposed to be. It flipped. He's going to take care of most everything, and you're going to have a lot more money in your pocket. But that's all about building something together. A lot of people don't have that mentality to wait. We want these popcorn. I'm sorry. Let's see. I got some questions and questions. What's your question? I got a couple of them on here. Unless you were a narcissist. Well, if you were a narcissist, you should have been left a long time ago. Okay, what's your question? And people, you gotta understand, when you were people say that unless you're with a narcissist, it should be past tense. It should never be I am with someone that abuses me. I am with someone that does not love me. I am with someone that does not treat me the way that I need to be treated. Okay, what's the question? I know. Okay, let's see. They're moving kind of fast now. What's your question about the boyfriend that's living with his female best friend? Good evening. Good evening. Well, I'm gonna say that with with anyone. I don't care, narcissist, not narcissist. You know bad behavior. We don't necessarily have to know the word for a particular disorder, but we know what's right and what's wrong. I don't need to look up and know what the word cheating when if I walk in and I see you in the bed with somebody else. Then I don't need to know the definition of cheating to know that was fucked up what you did. Did you ask the question, or was it Stay Strong 20? I'm trying to answer your question. Okay, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go to so we got how do you start dating after your king dies? I'm gonna tell you something, and this is just real talk. I mean, some people don't want to date again after they feel like they've lost their king or their queen. But I look at it this way: you take time to heal. First off, you got to be able to heal. Not that you'll ever forget that person, because if it was a good experience, then you're gonna want good experiences. But what I say to you is this: the easiest way to do that is to first deal with yourself. If you have to seek counseling or someone that you need to talk to, that is something that you need to do. But there is nothing wrong with dating someone after the fact. Unfortunately, they're not with you anymore. But no man is an island. No person wants to be alone. And I'm pretty sure that if your king loved you the way that you know he loved you, then he would not want you to spend the rest of your life being lonely. He would not want that. So it's a process. It's not a nobody can put a time frame on that. No one can there is really no concrete answer to this question, but it's going to be at your pace. But what I will say is, meet someone, and the person that you may meet after the fact may not be the person that he was, but does not make that person a bad person. It means that you're going to have to learn somebody all over again. The same way you learned him, you're going to have to learn someone all over again. So give them an opportunity. They may have stumbling blocks, they may mess up. As long as they're not hurting, disrespecting you, and they value you, and they love you unconditionally, and they're loyal to you, it's not going to be the same love that you got from him. It's going to be different, because everyone's love language is different, and everyone's going to love differently. I hope that answers your question. You don't trust her with the apology. What exactly happened? You say you don't trust her with the apology. Something happened between them two? Then wait a minute. But she slept. Oh, okay. Well, she slept with him. That answers my question. So, see, my thing is, at this point, it's almost like a double-edged sword, because are you still with him? I'm trying to answer everybody's question as quickly as possible. Yes, you can ask me a question. You can hit me in my inbox if it's a private question. I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. How? And y'all got to forgive me, they're coming in so fast. How do I cut off my current situation? Okay. You just cut it off. Your current situation, and the thing of it is, and I say this to people a lot of times, if I lit a fire, and I took your hand and I put your hand in that fire. You're going to immediately pull back. You're going to fight and do whatever you got to do to get away from that fire because you don't want to be burned. It's got to be the same mentality when it comes to cutting people off or getting out of situations that you know that are not conducive to your happiness. So my thing is, the easiest thing to do is just cut them off. Just leave them alone. But a lot of times people will sit there and cut people off, and because you still haven't replaced yourself with the love that you should have for yourself, you go back to that person over and over again. You might have these little sneaky links. You may link up every now and again. They may be able to do certain things that are kind of, you'll open the door back up to them. If you're done, then you're done. Don't allow someone to keep putting your hand in the fire and you're going to sit there and let them burn them. Because if you don't cut a situation off that you know is not good for you, then what you're doing is you're saying, I'm okay with it. I hope that answers your question. She apologized to you for sleeping with him. My thing is, if you took him back, I'm not, and I'm gonna say this, and it's just my opinion. I don't want you to feel like if you sleep with someone outside of me, you and I are in a relationship, and you cheat on me with someone else, understand this, and this is why I tell people, your conscience is going to kick in first. This is wrong. I shouldn't do that to that person. Then after that, if you choose to do it, you got to figure out ways of how I'm going to do this. And if you still do it anyway, then you didn't love me. That's just point blank period. I'm not a you cheated on me, I'm gonna take you back type person. You're gonna go out and sleep with this person, and then I'm supposed to just sit back and no, because I feel like now I need to get you back. And it's not gonna be fair to you because now the relationship is all fucked up. Trust is gone. So I commend you for I take my hat off for you for having the strength to go back to someone that actually cheated on you with their best friend. They still live together and you're still dealing with them. I just couldn't personally do it. Because if you did it once, why would I let you stay with the temptation that you had to do it to me the first time? Or why would I stay with you? Why would I stay with you and you cheated on me? You made a conscious decision that you knew was going to hurt me. Why would I stay with you after you went out and did what you did? You got pleasure from that, not me. So people that stay with people, I'm not saying that people can't change. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is this. If a person cheats on you, they didn't give thought about your feelings. They didn't give thoughts about how you would feel. They didn't care about any of that. They did what they did, so I'm gonna need you to stand on what you did. Don't come back to me and say it was a mistake. You didn't slip and fall in the pocketbook. You didn't slip and fall on none of that. That was something that you chose to do. And after you thought about it, your conscience and everything kicked in, you still did it anyway. You didn't love me the way that I loved you. So therefore, I don't need to give you a second chance. People who do that, because it's one thing, oops, I slipped, I fell in. But you finished the act. You finished the act all the way through. So while you were doing it, you had plenty of time to say, no, this is not right. It's bad enough that you slipped and fell in it, but now you went through the whole act and you want me to forgive you on something that you had pleasure in that hurt me. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't gonna let nobody throw shade. I'm gonna pull up on you. First off, why are you guys not living together? Or why he needs to kick her out if your relationship is going to work? Because right now, what this is showing that you got some reservations about him and this young lady living together. So my thing is, there's never going to be like total peace in that relationship, because you've got to see this person that slept with your boyfriend, and you got to look at your boyfriend knowing that he did something that would hurt you and cause you to have insecurities. You are carrying stuff that you do not need to carry. You are carrying weight that you should not be carrying. My thing is, if you are going to stay together, then y'all be together. But what I'm not going to do is sit up every night and be stressing myself out wondering if I'm at work, what are y'all doing? If you did it to me one time, you didn't think about my feelings, my heart, or none of that stuff, respect, loyalty, none of that stuff. He was not loyal to you. And the way that it looks, he's more loyal to her than he is to you. He's more loyal to her because even after that, she's still there. Okay? But why is she still there? She doesn't have to be there. The same way you got your own place and he's got his own place, she could have went and got her own place. But you're staying in something that you don't need to stay in. And it's going to only cause you to have migraines and headaches. And it's going to make you insecure about your relationship. So what you need to do is figure out, do you want to stay with this person? Because if you're going to stay with this person, then I'm going to tell you, you can't speak on it. Because if you choose to stay in it, then you're choosing to stay in it. Then there's no need to actually put it out there. And that's just facts. If I'm going to get away from you because I know you didn't love me and I know you didn't care for me and you did something that you thought about and you let still happen and you went on about your life and you did what you did against my feelings, I don't need to sit there and allow you to be in my life anymore. So get rid of them and move the hell on. And that's just facts. I'm trying to go to the next question, guys. Because I understand I got a lot of questions popping up in here. So, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm just being me. And that's all I can be. And trying to get people to a point to where we just start loving ourselves. I got a lot of questions in here that I've kind of answered already, so I'm just trying to get rid of some of these questions. But again, if you're going to stay with him after all of that, then that is something that you chose to stay in. And then you can't get upset for whatever comes behind that. You can't get upset about that because that's something that you chose to keep yourself in. Hold on, y'all. I got to clear some of these questions out so I can actually get to some more questions. Can I go live every day? I'll try my best. I mean, my days are pretty hectic. I'm a barber as well. But I guess that's all the questions. And then trying to build my brand and get the podcast going. Guys, I'm probably going to do my first podcast this week. I'll have it to where you can actually call in and ask questions. Yeah, you deserve better. She does deserve better. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But Miss Alvarez, you got to understand, know who you are, Queen. Know your worth. I don't like sharing. You shouldn't like sharing either. And I say this to anyone, male or female, king or queen. If someone cheats on you, they had to think about it. The conscience kicked in, then after the conscience kicked in, they bypassed that. Now you got to figure out how you're going to do it and how you're going to keep it from the other person. So do you really love a person that you're actually going to hurt that way? That's why I say I'd rather have loyalty than love. Because you can love someone and not be loyal to them. But you can't be loyal to someone and not love them. So I need loyalty first. You're right, she wasn't her friend. But what you've got to understand is this. It's on StreamYard. I'll have to send the link when I actually do go live because it's like I guess it's like a open platform. But when I do go live, I'll be streaming from my Facebook and from my YouTube. So it'll be simultaneously, like at the same time. I don't have a way to do it on TikTok, but if you guys follow me at Uncle D Speaks, same thing on YouTube. If you follow me at Uncle D Speaks 2 on Instagram, and you can follow me by my first and last name, Dorian McIntosh, on Facebook. Now, I think I've reached like all the friend requests I can take, but you can still follow me. So when I do go live on my podcast, it'll be streamed to my YouTube channel and straight to my Facebook at the same time simultaneously. So you can go follow me on Facebook, Dorian McIntosh, DorianMcintosh, or you can follow me on my YouTube. I got some videos there, and all I'm doing is just shifting videos from TikTok to my YouTube. But if you go to my YouTube and follow me on my YouTube, Uncle D Speaks. Everything is Uncle D Speaks. The only thing that has the number 2 at the end of it is my Instagram, because I have one that's Uncle D Speaks on Instagram, and I can't get back into that account. But I got an Uncle D Speaks, the number 2 on Instagram as well, and you can follow me there, and I'll be streaming and sending a lot of my stuff to those sites. So my Facebook, my YouTube, and my Instagram. Yeah, loyalty before love. It makes perfect sense. You can love somebody and still cheat on them. You can love somebody and still steal from them. People love their mamas and daddies all day long, but they still steal and do stupid stuff. And if y'all would like to buy merch, y'all can go to my merch. It's in the bio. The merch link is in the bio. I'm thankful for all those that are supporting the merch. I got face masks, I've got mugs, I've got hoodies, I've got sweatshirts, I've got t-shirts, I've got tank tops, I've got workout shirts. I've got so many different things, and we're constantly coming up with new things. So if y'all want to support the merch, you can go to, it's in my bio. It's the link in my bio. And I do have a backup page. It's Uncle D Speaks, the number 2, because TikTok been on that crazy stuff. So all those if you please like and follow me on this page, but I have another page, Uncle D Speaks, the number 2. If you guys will go follow me, just in case, TikTok has a history of just shutting down pages and removing content and all that stuff, but I got a backup page. It's the same one as this one. The only difference is Uncle D Speaks, the number 2. So if you guys will follow me on this one and follow me on my backup page, follow me on my YouTube, because when I do my streaming, it's going to go straight to my YouTube and straight to Facebook. So you can follow me on my Facebook. Like I said, it's DORIAN MCINTOSH. Let me see. Let me pull up my other phone so you can see the actual YouTube page. It's Uncle D Speaks. Yeah, I'm on it now. Uncle D Speaks on YouTube. I'm on the page now. So, but yeah, I'll put the link, and I think you can click on my, it's in my bio, the link is up there in my bio as well. Yeah, always take loyalty over love. No, I didn't. I've never been to Miami. I'm in Georgia. Unfortunately, never been to Miami. Coming to Miami. 4 more months. Haven't done this school. I need help with my clipper cuts. Can you help? Yeah, I can definitely help you with that. I don't mind helping anyone. If you're trying to do something positive, I don't mind helping anyone. The only thing that I don't do is talk about my personal business and my personal life with my content or my lives. And I'm not ignoring people that ask me, am I single, am I married? I just don't talk about my personal stuff because I feel like I'm getting on here. It takes away from what the message that I'm trying to get to you. So I don't answer those questions. It just when I'm live or when I'm putting my content up, it's all about getting a message to the people to try to help someone. That's my main focus. Hello from Georgia. So no, I never been down there in Miami. What is that, the 305? I ain't been down to the 305. Yeah, it's not personal. I just believe that I'm here. My lane is to get people to a point to where they love themselves and they feel empowered and encourage people and motivate people, and that's what I'm here for. Not to talk about me, So when I get on here, I'm focused on what it is that I'm trying to accomplish, and that's it. Okay, you in Augusta? Okay, yeah. Just hit my inbox. I'll definitely help you with the clipper cuts, because I know that a lot of times y'all get limited training, especially if you're going to be a master cosmetologist. That you don't get a lot of that the barber side of it. So yeah, I mean, it definitely help. Thank you. Yeah, value and know their worth. From New Zealand, all the way from New Zealand, thank you for joining. I appreciate that. What's the weather like there in New Zealand? Guys, I know I'm just rambling right now. I will try to come back and go live again tomorrow. But like I said, I will post, it will be a video to the link. When I do my podcast, it's going to be either Wednesday or Thursday. And trust and believe, I don't have to worry about community guidelines. I can say what I want to say. So it's going to be wide open. I think that we have to have, in order for me to have a platform to where I can speak and not have to worry about community guidelines or someone reporting something, I had to start my own podcast. And the website is coming because I want to just be able to speak freely. Not that I'm going to be disrespecting anyone. That's never been my agenda. But I believe that if you're going to be with grown folks, we talk about grown folks things. So my thing is, I'm not going to talk to people, and it may be not politically correct, but it is what it is. But I talk to people how we talk. We don't talk certain ways. You know, we get around people that we're comfortable with. Those are the real conversations, not the ones where you got to use all your consonants and vowels and enunciate. When you get around people and you have that real talk, that's what I want to do. Have a base and a place for people to have real conversations about the things that you're going through in life, and not look for someone just to give you this sugar-coated version of what you would probably want to hear. Because at the end of the day, anything that we go through in life, or anything that we choose to stay in longer past the expiration date, that is on us. We can't blame everybody for everything that they do to us when we stayed in those situations. And that's what we got to understand. Take accountability for ourselves. Take accountability for the things. No, it's not on iTunes yet. But when I do the podcast, I'll be sharing it to iTunes as well. But we have to take accountability for ourselves. We have to take accountability for the things that we allow to happen in our life. YouTube is going to be Uncle D Speaks. All one word. All one word, Uncle D Speaks. But, so my thing is to give you the real, and to be able to step on your shoe and not mess up your shine. You know, I know there's some people that give relationship advice and they harsh with that shit. I don't want to call no names and make it seem like I'm just throwing shots at nobody, but that's not me. If that works for you, okay, that's fine. But you got to be able to step on a person's shoe and not mess up their shine. My thing is giving you real, raw, uncut advice. Now, either you take it or you don't. But the thing of it is, at the end of the day, I gave it to you. I gave it to you. So that's what I stand on. The fact of helping people to try to help themselves, to better themselves, to love themselves, to move positive in a positive direction, and to get themselves out of toxic situations, to learn that you don't necessarily have to be affirmed by somebody else, that you can speak affirmations over yourself every single day. You can build yourself up to overcome and climb out of every hole and every speed bump that you've ever gone through in life. My thing is to empower people so you can go out and to empower someone else. Well, I mean, I don't mind speaking to teenagers. I mean, if that's something that you do, just inbox me. We'll get the information together. You know, because I do speak at do small things here and there. It's not where I'm just so busy to where I just can't. But doors are beginning to open, and a lot of people are requesting me to come to different places. And you know, my thing is, understand this, I'm not trying to charge people $30,000-$40,000 for me to come. My thing is, put me up, Take care of me getting there. And, you know, the rest will work out on the back end. So my thing is helping people. I love to help people. And I love to speak to people in a way that they're going to understand and relate. My thing is you can't bash people and expect for them to be receptive to what it is that you're giving them. So once you get to a place of loving you and knowing who you are, it will open doors for you to be able to fix a lot of the brokenness that's been in your life. Guys, I thank you. I appreciate everybody. Like I said, Uncle D Speaks on YouTube. Uncle D Speaks 2, the number 2 on Instagram. This page right here, if you haven't followed me, let me see if I can get it. Let's do this finger. You can click on that right there. Follow me if you haven't. And if you want to get notified when I go live, then click on here. It's going to bring on a little button. Click on that little bell and click all notifications. Also, you can follow me on, like I said, Instagram, Uncle D Speaks 2, YouTube, Uncle D Speaks. Go to my backup page, Uncle D Speaks 2 on TikTok, and follow me there just in case. Y'all know how TikTok does. But I just want to make sure that I'm able to reach my people. So many things are getting ready to happen, and I don't want to speak on everything, but I thank everybody for the support that you've given me. I thank you for just believing in me, and I'm just being me. I can't stop being me. I love to help people. I love to encourage people. I will travel. I will do whatever. If you got merch, if you got things that you wanted me to give you a shout out on some merch, or you got products that you're trying to push, then get with me. I'm not trying to beat people across the head with anything. If I got over 100-some thousand people, and you may have something that somebody that follows me needs. So if you got something, reach out. That's all you got to do. I'm open to working with anyone on TikTok. I don't care how many followers you have. It doesn't matter to me. My thing is we got to help each other. Like I said, iron sharpens iron. We got too many things that are dividing us, and we need to start coming together and actually being like family. Stop with the bullshit. Stop with this super straight and now straight men are transphobic and all this bullshit. There's too many things that are dividing us. We got to come together. Well, if he just called you and said that he was done with you, wash your hands. You just dodged the bullet. Keep it moving. It may take a little time, but you will get over this. Time heals all wounds. Time heals all wounds. If he said he's done with you, then let him be done with you. Move on to someone that can actually appreciate you and what you're bringing to the table. Don't sit there and stop your life, because obviously he's going on with his. So, guys, again, thank you. If you haven't followed, please follow. If you haven't shared, please share this live. Now TikTok has it where I can save the video. So if someone wants me to send them the live, I can send it to your email. So if you didn't get the whole thing and you want the whole thing, just hit me up in my inbox and I will do that for you. Guys, let's come together. Let's help each other. Let's make a powerful statement. I don't care what you love, who you love, what your sexual preference is. We are all people. And there's really only one race, and that's the human race. Regardless of how many knuckleheads we got out here that don't want to comply, it is what it is. This is the world that we live in. But just because the world acts fucked up don't mean that I got to. Doesn't mean that you have to. I love everyone, all my kings and queens. I appreciate y'all. Guys, and again, please support the merch. This is one of the shirts. I don't know if y'all could really see it, but this is one of the shirts, one of the designs. It says facts on here. You know, my little signature thing before I jump off any video. So I want to say, guys, and those that have bought merchandise, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all the gifters. And my Cash App is going off right now. So thank you for everyone that has sent me some gifts, the love gifts and the Cash Apps. I thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. So again, getting ready to get off here. Y'all have a good night. I will try to get back on here tomorrow. Hey guys, y'all be safe. Y'all be blessed and love yourself. Don't allow someone to devalue you. Know your worth. Love you before you can have someone loving you. Facts. Y'all have a good night.